What is private equity's argument for including private equity in a portfolio to begin with?
I mean, there's a lot of different ones, but I think there's three kind of core points. Maybe we can tackle them one by one and
Yeah.
talk about them. But one is private equity has traditionally produced better returns than public, and that's largely because private markets are inefficient. So public companies are subject to gap accounting and different things like that. Private companies oftentimes aren't run as efficiently as a public company. So there's a lot of validity to that in the sense that, yes, there are inefficiencies in private markets, but I guess the question that I have is how much of the private market returns were really a function of declining interest rates over the last 20 or 30 years? And what do you guys think about that?
I mean, it makes sense. It's got to be. I mean, anytime that they're able to borrow money and invest it into projects, your return on that post your borrowing costs are going to be astronomical relative to say now, where you're borrowing money at a much higher interest rate and investing in ostensibly are the same kind of growth projections.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the other thing that I think about is just obviously all hedge funds advisors typically don't, but they have to preface everything with, past results may not be indicative of future results.
Mhm.
And that's really the real question to me. I mean, there's been a tremendous macro tailwind in terms of interest rate declines behind PE for so many years. So if they're coming out and they're saying, hey, look, we've earned 20% or 22% on an annual basis on average over the last 20 years, will that be the case in the future? And another thing that I wonder is, so we had arguably 15 to 20 years of very low interest rates. How much low-hanging fruit or fruit at all on the tree of private equity is left? I mean, it seems to me that anything that could be made efficient probably would have been at this point. And I'm sure there's still some pockets, but I guess as like a big picture view, you just got to wonder, like, you had 15 years of sort of the heyday, what's left to make more efficient?